for exchanging different opinions and in betweens. Yes. So last week was about, I couldn't do it on Tuesday, I did it on Friday. Video is on my wall. I guess I can say wall. My page. Talking about the happenings of the SGBV movement that was happening last weekend. Then today, it's a debate that I've been having with a friend of mine about childhood, maybe uh child healing childhood traumas. So for her, we had an argument about when is the right time to put up Christmas decorations. For us, for me personally, she wanted to do it last week, but I was like, it's too early. And then she's like, you need to. This is the time you're supposed to start, and I was like, nah. So when is the right time to put up set up actually set up Christmas decorations? Or yeah, details, decorations. Every household was done in a different time. So that's the question I had, and it's gone. Anyway, so I might say how you behave as an adult is direct reflection of what happened when you're young. For me, I'm not that festive. I remember, like I said, in my experience of growing up, every holiday, once school closed, I was shipped off to either grandparents' home, either my dad's side or my mom's side. And then it stopped once I got to uh, when I finished my primary school level education, um, because that time there was some issues that we were tackling as a family. Then when once I entered high school, uh, my mom and dad separated, so it was like every uh, Christmas holiday, not every uh, holiday, which was on which is usually April and August and then December. Now the school system has changed, so like right now, kids have been home since October, so they've had um, a lot of time at home. Parents are complaining. Some parents ship them immediately. They locked school. Hi, Salem. Welcome. How's your, is it festivity time yet? Or whatever. If you're in the mood of the Christmas fever, there's some people who have already started their Christmas halabaloo. So nowadays, as an adult, I think I have the choice to either go to see my grandmother, or I have a choice to remain where I am since I live by myself, and or go with friends, or visit friends, or even travel. I think the enforcing of every holiday you need to go somewhere, it was wow. Thanks for the response, Salem. Sorry. Uh, good year. It's already ended for you. Okay. So right now, about decorations. No, that's another thing. In where I grew up at home and also at my grandparents, we never did the decorations or putting Christmas tree up or having lights, the blinking lights, flashing lights. Um, the main thing was during, let's say, the specific day, Christmas Eve, we had to go to mass, the evening mass. Then Christmas morning, it was slaughtering of the goat or sheep or cow, depending on my mom's side. We It's necessary it was sheep because they have herds of sheep and cows, but sheep was a is actually up to date being done. Since we have both culture, Maasai culture and Kikuyu culture, we mix them both. You'll find all types of food. Since where my grandmother lives, that's where potatoes um, are highly produced, harvested in Kenya. So we have that. We have maize. So you have roast maize, or you can boil them, and then a lot of cabbage that is overcooked. I don't like that. So when once in a while when I'm around my grandparents, I'm the one who's in charge of steaming the cabbage because I don't overcook it. Mhm. Then we also do fries and all that. Let me say, like, the menu is healthy food, but overindulged. Thank you for the compliment. Come back again. Also, you can watch the previously ones. You can comment on them too. So, but meat, the sheep meat, mutton, is the main, like, the the epitome of that. And also, it's the best time that we all, because we are all spread out. We don't live in the same area, so that's the only time you see your relatives after a year. And then after we have done the festivities at home, hi, I said hi back, Salem. Uh, we go and visit my grandmother's sister and also have a meal, or we have a good time just meeting up. Because other than that, during the year we will meet in functions like weddings, funerals, and knowing my family, it's never a dull moment, because even during serious times you'll find us having laughter in it. Then for decoration purposes, none. it, the best thing is the meal that is cooked and the laughter that is shared, because when you sleep in at my grandmother's home, um, cousins, we want to watch movies, we talk a lot. It's like a big slumber party with sisters, like my mom's sibling. That's the time they need to let out all the stress, and they just talk it and laugh it out and have memories of when they were younger. I'm not saying they don't do that whenever they meet. That's a lie, because that they do reminisce every time they meet. So it's a good time. On my father's side, the last time I went there, I think I was 12, and I was wanting to make a point to go there either this year or next year. So that my sister has never been, so it's a good thing also for her to know where her roots are from. uh then they did have a big, they will decorate. Actually, I remember my grandmother had the flashing lights, but not every time. But them, they didn't have the slaughtering of goat or sheep, but they did have meat, a lot of meat. And but chicken was the one that was slaughtered that time. And since where they live is closer to the a town, a city as per se, more so than my mom's side. My mom's side is interior. From where you alight from my mom's side, when you not just alight, when you from the main road where to go to the home, it's 8 kilometers inside, and the road is not tarmac, so you can imagine. And then my father's side is just 1 kilometer away from the main road tarmac, and then there's a shopping center. My dad's side, they used to farm coffee, so I know about harvesting and taking care of coffee. Believe me, from the product we do have at the end is totally different from what you start with, because the beans themselves, they have this sweet scent, very, I might say it's very intoxicating. And if you take that whiff or go to the assembling point where it's the bags are weighed so that they can be taken to factory, and actually do they have the first process of burning it to dry it up. Whew, that smell. If you see me drinking coffee nowadays, I think it's still in memory, but it's not that strong. But who back then I would not have thought I would be drinking coffee as an adult. So to them also we did do evening mass, the 24th, and then after that we'll have a slumber party with the cousins, and then parents will do the cooking the next day. I was not actually, because I was the youngest, named after my grandmother, I was babied. And then also being told that I'm not raised in the rural area. I'm supposed to be just to be waited on, which also didn't go so well with my cousins. I think that's why most of the time we didn't get along from that side. But back at home, if ever we spend Christmas at home, uh, it will only be meat from a nyama choma joint that we'll buy, and then potatoes, and have fries and meat, and that's it. But decorations, no. I think also my mom, the way she is, she's not girly in such things, I might say. She's clean, she does cook so delicious food, but decorations like flowery, okay, she loves flowers, but not that they fill out the house, like you have vases here and here and here and there. But no, one thing she does love is plush toys, and that's why I also love dolls, not stuffed dolls, like teddy bears, rabbits. She had whales, a whale, a shark. We had a teddy bear, a hare, a rabbit. Yes. And for me now, I have a cat and a love heart. So it also incorporates. That's why I say whatever went through when you're younger, and how you grow up seeing things. Not unless you're somebody who steps out of the comfort zone, you try out something totally different, which is also okay, and you go that route. Like for me, I might say, my mom was not a makeup girl. Even earrings, has she? No, she has never had her ear pierced, because my grandmother is have pierced ears, but my mom no. And I remember when she took me to get my ears pierced, I had been crying for ear piercing for the longest time. And the day she finally got fed up of my cries, she told me, if you dare tear up when you're being pierced the first year, we'll stop there. And I remember the last words I said, so that she can get um fed up of me crying about being pierced. I told her, I told her, you don't want me to get pierced because you never see people who are pierced who are pretty. She was like, say what? Okay. Mind you, if I see one teardrop, the other ear will not be pierced. And I was like, okay. I held on, and I was 5. And I got an ear infection after that. But so her makeup, lipstick, no. Uh, eye pencil, no. The only thing I think we could have played around with was hair, and my hair was still wire. Right now it's soft. I can play around with it. You've seen I've changed my look now and then. Back then ugh, it was yeah. I remember when whenever they used to blow dry my hair, I would wake up with the because of how coiled up my hair gets. Um, so makeup, she was not a fan of makeup. She was also there's a time I remember my grandmother used to scold her because of uh letting me wear trousers. And my grandmother was like, she's a lady, she needs dresses, she needs wearing ladylike clothes. And I'm like, hmm. I think that's also what pushed me to do to go to the industry that is male dominated somehow. Not the clothing part, but yeah, not liking the gully stuff. Um, Also, she draws very nicely, so she also encouraged me to draw more. So that's a plus. She does maths. She's an accountant, so she made me love maths by force, by all means, which I still do. So I appreciate that. That I'm among the few people who can say maths was my favorite subject in schooling throughout, from primary school to secondary and even college. So that's a plus. So yeah, I think we have that age of being, lack of a better word, being groomed to be who we are as an adult. Um, and my mom reminded me the other day, she was questioning why my sister goes to a different church than the Catholic that we were brought up with. Then she remembered that the one of the nannies that we had used to take my sister to her church. So when she was young, and then now my sister didn't follow suit with the family going to Catholic. Now she goes to a different church, which is okay. For her, where she feels uh her spirit being lifted, it's commended. For me, now she worries, why do I not go to church? And then I'm like, because you guys used to force me to go. And sometimes whatever you instilled when you're young, when you grow old, you're like, nah, I already used up all that energy you wanted me to do, and now I'm washed out about that. I'm okay. So we the point was about healing childhood traumas. Um, Sometimes like uh like that, being forcing the children to go church, like it was like a rule in the house. You have to go to church no matter what, and you have to stay for the duration of the mass, which was, I usually thought it was long, but it's just 1.5 hours. And then I went to a service in a different church, and I was like, oh, I prefer mass. There's a church that went from morning, and then afternoon they're still going. And I'm like, ooh. mass is better. Anyway, other than that, then you have the spirit of festivity, spirit, um, spirit. Okay, it's kind of spirit, but anyway, how you put it. If you accept all the types of celebrations, or you just live through it, you don't even realize it's a celebration time, you just live through it. But anyway, do we change our perception about what we went through, or we are still in the same limbo, doing the same thing that our parents did? We're still doing it up to date. It's a good question to ask. So in case you have a comment about it, comment down low. Subscribe, tune in. Until next Tuesday. Today was that, and it's done. Bye bye.